not watch TV with old folks because they're gonna get you hooked on something.
What you watching now, bro?
Chicago Fire.
You are out of control, man.
And it's crazy that
I did that show working there. You may see me pop up on one of them joints.
Hey, every time I get ready to write it off, something happens, and I'll be like, Dick Wolf, you son of a bitch, you better than kid. Damn it.
Man, you come straight out of a comic.
Welcome, happy new year. Welcome to another episode of Straight Out of a Comic Book. We have Prime Clint, Coley, ex-con, Scott Lack, and Deuce the Conqueror. And you know, if you don't see CT make a presence here on Straight Out of a Comic Book, then that means we are talking about something that's just dropped. And you know, for him to keep his purity of watching the movie and having that experience, he don't be in this shit. He don't participate.
you don't like the trailers, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I decline getting ready to discuss this. But once I've seen it, bitch, you better have me on this show so we can talk about it.
I'm in too deep.
We're in too deep. And it's already kicking off amazing. And it nothing has dropped yet, but we were blessed to have a trailer for the second trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, released this past Monday. And you know, something new to the Straight Out of a Comic Book. We are actually gonna watch the trailer. I want us to be able to have a fresh mind, a fresh showing of
We know what's said.
Oh yeah, we know what was said. we want to make sure it's fresh in our mind. But before we start, man, I know it's a new year, so I want to just know how everyone's doing. Starting off with Dion Lack, man, how is your 2023, good sir?
You know, I'm coming from grieving, but I'm past it. You know, I have a bunch of loved ones around me and friends that has reminded me that I'm loved and needed, and I'm getting back out here. I feel like I'm getting back into the dating world, but it's not that it's like getting back into the funny world. It's like breaking up with sorrow, and now I got to get back into life. But yeah, man, life is grand. I watched Ant-Man 1 and 2 yesterday, just to kind of see how they're gonna tie things together, or if they will.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Deuce, what about yourself?
You know, just like Dion, man, getting over some grieving as well. But you know, like I said, you get once you get with all family and you kind of get that reset, like, you know what I'm saying? And then also, like, I know for me, what was dope was just, you know, even though in that moment of like grieving and everything like that, you get to hear from family who like you may not see on a daily basis, and they bigging you up for some of the things that you've been doing. And you like, dang, I didn't even know you was really watching like that. You know what I'm saying? So like you start feeling like, okay. And then like I said, you know, I'll talk to y'all after, but like I got like a lot of good that happened this first week of 2023. That is gonna be like big. So I'm like I said, right now, man, I'm feeling really great about 2023. We redid our whole studio, so we in Geek Set 3.5.
Okay,
so like everything looked really dope. Like, yeah, I'm excited for what's to come.
Yes, sir. Clint, how about yourself, man?
Hey, man, I'm good. You know, I finally gained my confidence back. I sat around for the last 2 months, not really wanting to do no jokes, not want to, you know, I had a rough tour this year or last year. But after that, man, you know, now that you got your confidence back, and you know, I'm ready to get back in the ring and fight. That's how I feel about 2023. You know, I'm from around the way.
I'm
leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with something.
Around the way. It looked like Kang from round the way. If you
Hey, I'm leaving here with something.
Hey, Will, I know you asked all of us how we doing, man. Hey, how the fuck are you doing?
Right.
Appreciate that, man. I kind of feel like, yeah, bro, 2022 punched me in the fucking face a lot. It definitely made me have to go retreat, if you will, like try to just regroup. And the same thing with y'all, just trying to really get back in the saddle. Like I think just like how y'all all said, even too, like amazing things are starting to come into, you know, like fruition for 2023. But just kind of really like, okay, getting those wheels turned again of shooting this stuff, being able to like, you know, go do what it is we normally and typically do. So, but trying to, you know, keep all of that happened there in the 2022 and just keeping it moving forward for 2023 and learning from everything we'd have been through. So, but man, yeah. So, but as I said though, we got a lot of prosperous things coming for ourselves personally, but also movie fan wise. Like we said, man, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania new trailer dropped, and they were definitely highlighting our Kang. Our Kang.
We going to see the Kangs, y'all.
We want to see the Kangs.
We gonna see the Kangs.
I can't wait. I hope people do.
Yo, why do you remember that reference, Joe?
I'm going to see the
Kangs.
Not the Kangs.
The Kangs.
Yeah, it was that one reference from Kings of Comedy that one.
I just want Jonathan Bates to do that.
You know, real quick, I met that woman that said
that's crazy.
I met her in Charlotte. Yeah, man. She came to see. I used to roll with DL. She came to see him, and D was like, "You know who this is?" I'm like, "Nah." She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Go ahead, say it." She's like, "I'm going to see." I'm like, "Oh,
that's dope, crazy."
That is dope.
That's dope, dog. She part of history.
Crazy.
Facts.
Yeah. But so we're doing something a little bit different. Normally, I know we just jump into talking about it and stuff like that, but I wanted us to be able to have a fresh eyes on the trailer and wanted to play it for us to be able, just to get a little refresher course.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I feel like new rock stars right now, dog. We watching the trailer. We about to react.
Yeah.
This is
stepping it up, man. Stepping it up.
I like this.
That's all it's about, man.
Right. We got Scott Lang and this lady now. They famous.
Right. Like, I really want to hear his podcast now.
Right. I love
should really have a podcast though. Cassie Lang getting locked up. Okay,
which is really crazy, yo, to like miss out on your kid for several amount of years, and you got to jump back into the swing of things with her.
Yeah.
And not only do you jump back in it, you jump into some mythical shit with her. Like
right. Facts.
But like your girlfriend's grandmama was trapped down there.
First of all, can we talk about his blue?
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did that.
Yeah, instead of making his skin.
Yep.
That was dope.
Because it makes sense.
Oh my bad, go ahead.
I was gonna say it makes sense with knowing how much he travels intergalactically and through.
Yeah.
Like, you have your own way. That way you can breathe, so you can be anywhere.
I just lost so much.
I definitely want to talk about what do you think what did he offer Scott in exchange? We're gonna talk about it. I see y'all both getting excited. Everybody got curious. I got theories. Why was Scott so important to him?
This is a crazy ass scene, right? This is crazy.
Which makes me think though it's happening in something even smaller than the quantum realm, because it showed Cassie looking at something like if she's waiting for him to get out of that orb that he's in. So that's even more interested in like what different level of the quantum realm this and why is it doing that to him?
You may not want her to watch this.
We had
Kang look like he about to wreak havoc, man.
Bro, Jonathan Majors gonna have an amazing. He's gonna have to show so many different characteristic traits with all his variants.
Look at him.
I ain't seen nothing like that's his Bane and The Dark Knight.
Right,
exactly. That's what that was.
I nearly adopted the dog.
What's crazy about the trailer too, when you see like the trajectory of his acting, like he come in calm, but by the end he is a conqueror. Like it's like, bro, like dog, what?
This is not He Who Remains, man.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So y'all think he's gonna last an extra 5-6 movies, or this is him? This is it.
Well,
who is he you talking about?
Who is he? Yeah.
Talking about Kang?
Kang.
I think so. Yeah.
He has my bad.
Kang Dynasty, huh?
Yeah, because just by watching the trailer.
He's got to be in Loki too. We know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying? So he's in 2 things this year automatically.
Those are 2 different characters, right? Those 2 different variants, right?
They're going to be 2 different variants. Yep.
Well, no, 3 actually. No, 3 because like we don't know which version of Kang Loki is going to now run into. We don't know who that is.
Right, exactly. Yeah, this will be the 3rd version. Yep.
Yeah, because that could be Supreme Kang for all we know.
So the one who got killed is the one who remains.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That's the one that's 1,000,000 years old. So that's the one that's been through all of this already.
Yeah,
and just
seen it all.
The cycle.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So these are the ones that got released. I think we are going to see a lot of him because the more I watch this 2nd trailer, it makes me think this is not an Ant-Man movie. This is Kang's movie and Ant-Man being put in his situation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because even like they said, getting ready for a new dynasty. It's like you're not talking about Ant-Man when you say that.
Ant-Man don't have a dynasty.
No. So it's just like, yo, whatever it is this dude is planning, it has something that's not even going to just affect like 616. It's something major setting up because there has to be a reason he was kept down there and trapped.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, because Moms was telling him, she was like, "Fam, do not trust him." Because remember, she been down there with them for a grip, so she knows which variant that is for a fact. And so she trying to tell him like, "Look, whatever he offering you, don't believe this nigga because he like this nigga.
He on bullshit. He's on bullshit. Yo, from around the way."
Picture her being in there stuck for 30 years and having to get sucked back in there. She's like, "Nigga."
Well, remember, she was upset. So if you remember in the first trailer when they did have the dialogue, Cassie did it, and she was like, "Turn that off, turn
that shit off now."
So when she got back, like the running theory that we have at Geek Set is that whatever happened in that quantum realm, she wasn't supposed to get out when Scott got her out. So like he kind of like whatever she did to get, however she got out, like he probably looking at her like, "Oh, you tricked me." So now she like, damn, I'm back, and this nigga probably pissed at me. Like that's my theory.
Sure.
Like, history.
I gotta agree with you on that because that lets me confirm my theories that Michelle Pfeiffer character ain't shit. I know everybody was happy that she got out, but I like, yo, she ain't shit because
she got married. She probably don't forget she probably fucking with Bill Murray character down there. Like,
but not only that, she had no problem sending Scott in there a second time, which is why he got stuck. When they blipped, I was like, "Oh, so you send him there?" But then when it was like, "Wait, you got a signal for the quantum realm, and I'm in this room," cut that shit. I'm like, "You ain't even worried about them. You worried about yourself." I can't go back. Go back. I'm wanted in the quantum realm.
Like something had to happen.
She definitely wanted in the quantum realm. I do believe that shit for sure.
Yeah.
So what do you think Kang's plan is? Why is Scott so important?
Bro, I don't know. Well, for me, I feel like it's a time heist. Not a time heist, something to do with a heist. Because that's what Scott is. Scott is a thief, so I feel like it has something to do with the heist. But for watching these two trailers, I still don't know what the plot of this story is.
Well, you go.
What I was thinking was, so I think the movie's going to start off with showing Kang's origins, not his origin story. But like they're going to start, I believe the movie is going to start off with some whatever's going on in the quantum realm, right? And then I think that the plot is going to be, like they said that Kang is missing something to power up his time machine. That's really what he needs. And at the end of the day, the only one who can retrieve that shit is Ant-Man. And if Ant-Man does, and he made a deal with Ant-Man, like, look, I can send you back in time where you don't miss the 5 year or whatever years that you've missed off Cassie's life, blah, 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 blah. Ant-Man says, I'm taking it. Kang, I think Ant-Man delivers on his promise or delivers on what he's supposed to do. And then I believe Kang, I don't know if he double crosses him, but I do think he has a secret agenda that he did not tell Ant-Man. And that's where we get introduced to Quantum Mania
it's the conqueror aspect of it. So what I believe is that, like similar to what Clint said, like I think that Kang is actually stuck in there, right? Like he's legit stuck and can't get out. And if you think about it, there's not that many people who've been there and been out, like Ant-Man, right?
Ant-Man and Janet. That's it.
Yeah, and Janet got out and didn't go back. She was like, fuck that, I'm staying out. But Ant-Man is back and forth. So he's like, bro, so you been here and you got out and you back? He was like, so he's like, I think that he's gonna, like I said, he's gonna tell him like, yo, I can help you get that time back if you help me get out. You know what I'm saying? He probably gonna link because he said you're interesting, right? The fact that he names his daughter, I feel like he's gonna lean in on that, like, I got a daughter out there too, and he like, help me get out so I can see my daughter and I'll help you get that time back. But then when he gets him what he needs, he realizes, oh shit, you got an army and you trying to conquer her, and that's what I think.
So I also think part of this has to do with Ravonna Renslayer. In the comics, we know that Kang's main motive is like a lot of it has to do with Ravonna Renslayer. And don't forget, in Loki, we don't know where she went when she walked through that door.
Oh, we don't.
We don't know where she. We don't know where she went. So, and we don't know if she's if she's with Kang or if she's with He Who Remains. We don't know. We don't know any of that. We just know that she's in search of free will.
Yeah. Now, see, I somewhat agree with that, but here's why I'm slightly skeptical because of what we've seen. One is something that Michelle Pfeiffer's character mentioned was he can construct realities.
Yes, he can.
So what leads me to believe is too, though, if you go back, Iron Man figured out how to time travel through the quantum realm.
Right.
And Kang is 20 times smarter than him.
Yes, he is.
So my thing is, I think he has time travel down pat, and I think he can get out the quantum realm. What I think he's looking for is something that's going to give him the edge to fight his other variants. That's going to make him. I think what he's looking for is to become Kang Prime.
Yeah.
Because then the time travel thing just seems too small. You got to remember, like, this dude is moving a lot of pieces on the board, and everything he had, like, he has a whole.
And he has an army. He has an
army that's been building under everybody's radar
with MODOK.
Yeah,
with MODOK.
Oh my God! Woo!
And shout out to MODOK having the face. Like,
I heard MODOK was supposed to be Darren Cross.
It is.
So when his arm went in like that,
the theory that we talked about, as he went through the quantum realm, I think that's what caused his stuff. Yeah, and I think that's what and all that quantum energy expanded his brain and stuff. And I think Kang makes his doomsday chair, which is his life support to be able to help him move.
Nice.
Yeah,
and it looked like he serves Kang. So whatever deal they got.
Yeah, because I'm sure they on the same page of just like, yo, this is what I want, this is my goal, this is what I'm trying to do too. So it's like, okay, bet.
Well, hearing what y'all thinking, I'm picturing since Scott Lang is a thief and he's good with heists, it might be like Die Hard 3 when they do a bunch of strategic go there, and everything falls apart, and that was the whole plan. To knock out the power, to get a piece from here, like it's gonna be like a heist from a whole bunch of different locations.
Like a Grand Theft Auto heist. Like you get, how on Grand Theft GTA, like before you actually do the heist, you got to go steal a bus.
Yeah,
go steal a plane. You got to go get the blueprints. You got to go. You know what I'm saying?
All that makes sense. Yeah.
So one thing too is then from your point and perspective of saying that, Dion, then most of the suit action we've seen in the trailers comes before they start dressing down and go on these missions. So it seems like that, like how you said that, I think that proposal that he's going to give Scott is going to come rather early in here, rather than them watching us have them go through the quantum realm themselves and stuff like that. So that's interesting.
But also there's a shot where we seen Cassie coming out of jail. So that might be one of those moments of like, damn it, man, because I wasn't here for my daughter so much, this is why I need to go back I need to get that time back.
He's basically feeling some type of way that she's also following his footsteps. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't forget, she's probably not getting, like, look, let's really look at what Scott was too when it came to, his thievery, right? He wasn't like he wasn't a thief who wanted money or blah, blah, blah. He was on some Robin Hood shit. Yeah. Stealing from the rich and giving it back to the poor. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I believe Cassie was probably on somewhat of the same shit.
She was better. She stole a whole face. She got a whole new face.
She do.
This chick is fucking diabolical as a thief.
Yo, you're right. What happened to the actual actor? What happened? Was it a contract issue, or they just like she ain't?
I think they just wanted to fit her better in with it because of like for the franchise and stuff like that, so she could be able to go longer.
That hurt my soul, nigga.
Yeah, I was like, oh, y'all just didn't even say nothing on this.
But this is the second time they did that. They did the same thing with Hulk. They didn't address that.
Yeah, they did address that because of timing issues.
Yeah,
they did say because of timing issues that he couldn't do it.
But at the time, when Hulk appeared in the Avengers, we was like, "Who's this?" Like,
hey, they didn't address War Machine either.
They did. That was the best one right there.
Yeah,
he said, "I wasn't expecting you." He said, "I'm here. Let's get over it. Let's get past this.
Move on." That was the shot.
He showed it.
I forgot all about that.
Wasn't expecting you. Let's get over it. Let's get past it here.
I think the best like recast and like like the TV play with it, was when they replaced Aunt Viv.
Yeah.
That was to me the funniest shit. Like Jazz walked in. I don't know, but there's something different about you.
Ever since you had that baby, you've been looking different.
You've been looking real different.
Like,
you got shorter. Let's not address the big ass elephant in the room. Your hair's different.
Right.
You ain't been disciplining the kids like you used to.
No. Where's the Black history lessons? Like you ain't getting any lessons anymore. Like
they said you ain't been going to college to teach no more. You ain't been showing up.
I ain't seen you do this.
I ain't your dance class heard about you. They're like, where you been? Even Nikki looking at you real weird. Like, what's going on?
So here's the next thing, right? So we all know that. I'm not a comic book nerd, but I do know about Kang the Conqueror. You can't beat Ant-Man. Can't beat him at all.
He definitely cannot.
No,
beat. There's nobody there that can beat him. So the question is, does Ant-Man die in this movie?
It looked like it, bro. There was 2 scenes in here. He got turned to one of his. I don't know if that was him or a variant that got turned to spaghetti. But then also, hey, Kang stomped him out. Like that was Menace to Society stomp out. That was
stomped him out.
I ain't gonna lie. That was for American
You can't win here. I ain't gotta win.
Did you think you could
No,
win?
before that, he said, "Oh, you thought you was gonna win?" Like he came at him hard, dog.
Right? Like you can't win
because he doesn't have any powers, man. Like Ant-Man, what can he do?
Here's the thing, though. Too, we got to remember, like Nathan. Even though these are 2 very huge obstacles, Nathan is very smart and has technology at his side, but he's not strong.
No,
like if you really like mess with his pride and stuff like that and go square toe to toe, like even Ant-Man can kick his ass.
Oh, okay.
He's not strong, so it's like that. But
powers
because that's the technology. So that's the technology.
His origin story. He used to get bullied in school and shit like that. Like they used to talk like Kang. Low key, Kang was. I mean, for lack of a better word, he was pussy. Like I hate to say it like that, but that's really what it was. And he just has infinite technology to where he knows your next move. He knows every time when you're going to strike. That's what He Who Remains was doing. Like, look, Sylvie. No, nigga, you can't touch me. Like,
right. Like, remember, in that moment, he was laughing at him. He was like, fam, it's right here. Read it. It's like, I know exactly what you're going to do. Like,
right.
So, and even handed it to you. Look, you can even read what's about to happen next. You still gonna do it.
So, so it's like, but the thing about Ant-Man, like, his suit does give him, like, remember, it amplifies his strength like an ant. Like, so it's 10 times his body weight or something like that. So like, even though, like I said, he doesn't necessarily have any powers, just like Iron Man, his suit is what gives him the power. It gives him everything that he needs to be a formidable fighter. But the thing is, when you're dealing with somebody whose technology is further advanced, then it's obsolete.
And then also too, we got to remember, Ant-Man and the rest of them are still kind of at a disadvantage because they're in the quantum realm, so they do have to be careful when it comes to shrinking and increasing. There's no telling what pockets they can fall into doing that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and then, like I said, and then like with the quantum realm, it's just this nigga's playhouse. Not even just what you can slip into. He's been here, so it's like, you know what I'm saying. Like you gotta. He got the upper hand right off the rip.
He literally has a whole city. He has home court advantage.
Man,
this motherfucker, you're playing ball in Chronopolis, my guy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's similar. It's similar to like in Wakanda Forever when they went to the water to fight Namor and his people. It was like, bro, you're going in their playhouse for this final battle. That doesn't make sense. So
them on one ship just was very questionable to me. Y'all took one boat.
That was it.
Yeah. So like with this one, you're in his playhouse. The fact that his pyramid, his base is like it looked like his base has elements of everything. Like it's a pyramid. It got like the 10 rings symbolization in there. Yeah. Like his base looked beastly as hell.
But what we can say is though he's not the only one that's been there.
Oh, yeah.
So even in building that, there has to be some type of resistance that's been built up to try to keep him at bay as well, because I'm sure that there's people that's down there that's not with that and what he's trying to do, and maybe want to try to come to Scott to be able to stop that stuff. But I don't see it happening. Like I don't know what this dude got. Like even like with Bill Murray, it's like, yo, he may have Bill Murray in his pocket.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what that is. Like, yo, they got a hierarchy in the quantum realm. Like you saw like the different class systems.
If this the quantum realm, is this the 616 quantum realm, or the quantum realm is everywhere?
The quantum realm is everywhere. So that's how, and you got to remember, that's how you can navigate through not only just time, but through the multiverse.
Yep.
You can it's really through the quantum realm is its own separate space.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So like, like all of the different timelines or whatever, if they go into the quantum realm, they're going to this place right here.
It's like the grand central station of everything. Like it can take you to the astro plane. It can take you to the different multiverses that you wanted to go to. It's kind of like that.
You know, it would be dope if it was a scene, you know, like on Back to the Future 2, when you can see a scene from another part of the movie from the first one. Yeah, it'd be dope if we see like them going through on Endgame to go you know, to go somewhere else.
They may, because there was that one part where they was flashing back to Ant-Man's memories when he was like, you know, when he was when Scott was with his daughter and everything like that. Like I feel like memories are going to play a part in this some way or in form. Like that navigating through it would truly show his power, because remember, that was late breaking when they did the time heist. That was like, oh shit, like we just did a time heist, right? So and look what it took for them to do that. So if you go into this realm and then Kang is just doing it like, oh, let me show you what I can do, because you got to think he has to gain Scott's trust some way or another. So the easy, like if I just told you, oh, I can do this, you're like, all right, whatever, I don't know. But to actually take him through his memories like that, and it's not like a vision, but like we are actually going through these, and you're like, damn, it took us like forever to try to get this, you know what I'm saying? But you just doing it like that will flex his power to get Scott to be like, all right, wait a minute, let me hear what you got to say.
Now another flex I saw that might be just on some Kang, but now this is my hear me out. All right, this is my hear me out.
It's your bad pitch, as they call it.
No, this is my okay. Either you making a lot of sense, or bro, you didn't cast that net out too far. You just fishing. So hear me out. What I'm thinking is the part where you see all the multiple Ant-Men. What I'm thinking is that is every scenario that Kang is putting Ant-Mans of every multiverse through at the same exact time. Like watching that one unravel, the way they're chasing each other, I feel like every single Kang in some form is making them go do that. And that's how we get to realize how many Kangs are really battling one another. Because it looks like it's a race between all of them. It doesn't look like they're trying to achieve the same goal. All of them are trying to get there and save their whatever it is being put there.
So what makes this Ant-Man special versus all the other ones? I agree with you though. That's a very good theory. But what makes this Ant-Man?
So real quick. There's a scene where Scott is walking kind of dazed to a corner. I don't think that's the real Scott. It looked like it was a different version of Scott. He was kind of like walking in a daze. And they had moved out. You know what I'm talking about? So it's like that could have been a different version. So he might had to be battling with other, like, are you the real Scott? Are you our Scott?
Yeah.
So I think they might be doing one of those things.
And it also, like, now I'm trying to put pieces together from like the other trailers, because remember there was that moment where he meets Scott and he's like, I'm Ant-Man. He's like, hey, did I kill you before? Right?
I killed you.
He like, didn't I kill you before? Or something. Like he has that moment. So like it kind of goes with what Will's saying, because like, yeah, if you are like, I be killing Ant-Mans, bro. Like, what are you talking about? I be killing these niggas. And then you get introduced to another one. You're like, wait, didn't I kill you before, bro? Like, that's like, oh no, that's crazy.
I don't know. Is he useless in the quantum realm?
Who?
If he's already small, pause.
But he could go smaller.
He can go smaller in the quantum realm.
Yeah, he just has to be careful not to go like that full like micro size, because then he can get lost fully in it.
Yeah.
I feel like he's useless.
What is it? Trapped in the time vortex or some shit like that?
Yeah, like he can fall into he can fall into one of them tunnels or anything like that.
No,
so I wouldn't.
him in the quantum realm is because we talk about in the world, he's shrinking down small. So we went down lower. It's called supersonic. Wherever he said.
No. So remember, we don't
size in the quantum realm.
Yeah, we don't know what level the quantum realm is. We don't know where he is in the quantum realm, and then two, Kang could have made that self-sustaining where he's at, so to where you don't have to worry about that. So he may have that blocked off to a certain point. Because remember, like when we saw Michelle Pfeiffer's character, when we saw her walking through, none of that looked like what we saw in this trailer. So it's safe to say that there's a lot of this realm that hasn't been discovered, that hasn't been used, and everything like that. And it's different types of levels and stuff like that. Because remember, even when he was absorbing energy, he wasn't in a place where it had like planes for him to walk on. He was just floating.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so we don't know exactly where he could be at. So it just might be a pocket where he's safe to be able to do that stuff.
Yeah. Can we talk about the quantum realm in general, though? Like right now, bro, the way that it looks so fucking dope, dog.
It
like
looks beautiful.
It looks
beautiful.
Gotta watch it in 3D. Gotta watch it in 3D.
And that's the one thing I always said. The one reason that Marvel has been winning is that in a lot of these places, Asgard, you know what I'm saying, in the quantum realm, in Wakanda, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're investing in the environment where it's like, so it's like you feel like you're in this whole new other world and everything like that. So in the quantum realm, like the way that they doing it, it looks so dope, and it makes you say, damn, like, yo, this is like you get a sense of it's infinite, even in that trailer. Like, yo, we only get a sample size.
And I got another question too. You know, I want to know, how did Kang build all of this stuff in the quantum realm? How do you get like? Who is this army? Like, did this army get formed in the quantum realm, or did this army come with it? Like, how did he
come with it?
No, I'm just saying, like, how did he get there? Like, that.
Well, you got to remember one.
Contractors.
Contractor.
Facts.
Well, a few things we saw was, one, we saw his soldiers were faceless. So we don't necessarily know what that is, what that's being made of. Those could be soldiers made of pure quantum energy. But I will say that I believe MODOK had a big help in him building this society and building up this stuff that he needed and everything. But I think, though, there was already like civilization there before he got there. And just as his name entitles, he conquered that stuff, pulled all their resources, and then turned it into what we're seeing, which is, I think, another way of showing us just like, yo, this person that we're dealing with, like, yo, this man it's not called the Conqueror for nothing. Like, this dude came in and took everything.
Yeah, because if you think about the lore too, remember the whole reason why the threat is because the fight between all the Kangs was just a fight between them, and then they die, and then they start, like, it was just an everlasting loop. But what ended up happening was one of the Kang variants got a little bit smarter and did something different, which was hide in the quantum realm. You know, and so like that was the like, wait a minute, and it threw off the whole cycle. So then He Who Remains was like, that's why He Who Remains was like, fam, I'm not scared of nobody but myself. And one of me did something that I didn't expect, I didn't see happening. So now, like, I don't know how this is going to play out, right? So like I said, to kind of go to like what you said, Will, and even what Clint was saying earlier, I think the beginning of the film, we are going to get a little bit of what happened in that multiversal war, when that one Kang variant changed the mode and got into the quantum realm. Like, we're going to get a little bit into that, of what happened, how that happened, and then what he's been planning, because that's what's throwing everything off. It's like, okay, one's there, now we got then everybody started doing different things, and it was like the whole loop of this universal war that we know has happened is thrown off. So I think because it's a faceless army, like, I do believe that they're probably just pure quantum energy.
I think he might need something to beat Goliath.
That was going to be my next thought too. That was he's trying to make Goliath.
Well, yeah. Like, I think he needs something. Either needs something to beat Goliath, or I totally agree, because when you think about it, the way that it was explained in Loki was that He Who Remains ended the multiversal war, because he had a life and nobody else did. Now, if Kang knows that, right, or if there's a Kang variant that knows that, it's like, okay, maybe I need to go to the quantum realm and figure out how the fuck can I beat this monster that swallows up everything, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I say I don't see him being stuck, especially like with everything else that he has. It's like it doesn't seem that way. It seems like you're building something that can either beat Goliath or that can outdo him and be able to give you the upper hand. And you need Scott to get this back for you too, because of the powers that he's possessed to be able to micro shrink himself, which again too makes a lot of sense, because it's like, why would I put myself in danger when I can send you in? You go in and then I can put you in any timeline you want. I write timelines for a living. I can put you right back where you need to go. You just need to follow this little tunnel right here, and it's going to take you back to wherever you need to go, and you could be with your daughter.
So how many variants you think we're going to see in this movie? Because then that leads me to think that we're going to see Kang the Conqueror, who's going to have the initial plan, but whoever the time heist of what Scott needs to steal from is going to be from a different variant. I think we're going to see at least 2 or 3 variants in this movie alone.
Yeah,
I agree.
And because of that, I think we need to see, just like Phase 4 showed what happened with the blimp, we need to see what happened when she stabbed the one who remains. Like what happens? Like a signal happens, like, oh, we free now. Like we need to see that transition.
Because don't forget, as soon as it happened, you saw that we crossed from the other end of time, and now you saw these branches and stuff like that.
Right.
And I also think this is also going to be Marvel's way of answering why we haven't seen Fantastic Four in the MCU. Because don't forget, Kang is a descendant of Reed Richards, right?
Yep.
So clearly, what's his name? He Who Remains was pruning timelines that may cause a Reed Richards. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get a Reed Richards, then you get a Nathaniel Richards.
Yep.
Yeah. That's true.
I hope one of my theories that I hope that like they were there. Like I feel like my thought is they're the first family. It's going to be hard to explain them in this MCU timeline, but an easier way to kind of bring them in is if they have also been lost in that quantum realm, because the stuff that they've been dealing with as well, as far as scientists and goes, it wouldn't be far-fetched that they've been lost in it as well. So in the end, like I said, they don't have to be the focus, they don't have to be anything, but that post-credit scene of whatever happens on how they get out, or how, whoever gets out, they also get out with them, and
that's going to be another thing.
They're going to be the key.
Hey, actually, you're tugging on something that makes sense to what they said. So, one thing that they had mentioned was they wanted the Fantastic Four to originally be in the 60s.
Yep.
Yes, they did.
That's what happened. So if you think about it, though, what if that mission when they were in that spaceship sent them to the quantum realm, which led Hank Pym and his wife to start studying quantum energy, and then got sent there.
Wow.
That just like Captain America. Just go ahead and do a period piece.
Yep.
And this is why we ain't seen them. Do it before we even opened up 2008. Yeah, go ahead and knock them out.
Yeah.
Yep. They seriously could be there now.
This is how they get out.
Whatever happened with however the movie transpires, because like I said, we know for a fact that Kang the Conqueror is getting out, right?
Oh yeah, that's happening.
We know that's getting out, but he's not the only one that's going to get out. And it looks like everything is pointing to that Ant-Man's going to die. But how do you tear our hearts out?
I think y'all got the wrong Ant-Man that's gonna die.
Well, here's the thing, but how do you tear? Well, listen here. He may. It may be like we think he's dead, and he pops up later on in some movie. But it's like, what's a better way to tear our hearts out, but also give us hope? Is all right, we lose an Ant-Man, but oh shit, we got our first family now. Yeah. So now, because like I said, we lead into. This movie is going to tell us everything for the next 4 or 5 years. This is telling us what it's going to be.
This is about to be Civil War, man. Yeah, a whole bunch of people ignited from here.
Yep. Yeah. Another twist could be too is that Scott Lang 616 don't make it, and the one we see fighting is from a different one. And then when she go, and then like Cassie walks up and it's like, I don't know how to put this to you, but I'm not your dad. I'm not from that earth. Like,
Right.
yo,
Right.
like when you saw him go, like, I'm sorry, Cat. Like, no, he really didn't make it. Like,
Because as soon as all these Scott Langs, Ant-Mans complete the task, Kang just kill them all, like, just kill them all, and then one gets free and just constantly killing them all, like trying to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I'm very like scared for this. This is the first time I'm just like, yo, I don't see them making it out of this. Like,
I mean, he said it. He said, "Look, I ain't got to win. We both just got to lose." That's like he said that. But
who's on the outside? Who's on the outside of that little quantum thing? Like, I know they're not gonna bring back T.I. or
why not? Why not?
Bring my boys back.
They were barely in the second one. They were barely in the second one.
Bring my boys back. You see what had happened?
The fact that
he's my favorite narrators, dog. He telling the story, so yeah, I can see him like, hey, all right, let's just press some buttons, and then they're like, oh shit, there goes Scott. Like,
the fact that
so I was at the subway, and then my homegirl came up to me and she said, "Yo, have you seen your friend Scott Lang? He's out." I'm like, "Oh," so I tried to go and find him, but that's like, "Yo,
the fact that T.I. is in the MCU period makes me laugh.
Me too, though.
Like, let's just the fact that Clifford Tip Harris.
Yeah. I think he might be the only rapper, right?
Oh, Meg Thee Stallion.
And she
playing herself, though.
She's playing herself.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Nah.
That's it.
Yeah,
I think that's no. Harry Styles is in the MCU. He was in Eternals, the little end credit scene. The dude that walked up. He's an artist.
Are they gonna tie the Eternals in this, man? Are they? What is happening with the Eternals, man?
Yo,
that's like the DCU of the Marvel. they don't address anything with MCU.
Like I said, the Eternals is Age of Ultron. We're not going to appreciate them until 3-4 years down the road when we start dealing with like Galactus and stuff like that. That's when the tie.
I did not appreciate Age of Ultron until they tied so many things from that movie in the last 5. Like, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And people don't realize how much that was really the turning point in some senses of the MCU. Like with Wanda Maximoff with the Infinity Stones. Like we didn't know. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There was a lot going on.
And I remember in Endgame, I mean, he literally said, "I picture this. I seen this. I seen everyone die."
Yeah,
like he tied all of the like, I seen Captain America. I seen, you know what I'm saying, he literally seen everybody, and they literally recreated that scene.
That's what gave him his purpose. That's what gave Iron Man his whole purpose. After he saw that vision of everybody dying, he was like, I got to create this suit, this armor. That's when he created Vision. That's why he felt the need to do the time heist and everything, because he was like, I've seen this. I need to prevent this or everything like that. So yeah. So
and that's why Ultron is the greatest villain of all time. And coming in above him is the Scarlet Witch. Think about it. She did not change that hex. She made that nigga go kill himself. She was like, yo, die. And she never took that out of his head. And he was like, yo, I'm going to do this till I die. What happened?
You're right.
Scarlet Witch is the baddest bitch in the MCU.
Okay, now I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. Because, man.
Is she did? She can. No, I don't think she did.
No,
I don't think she did.
You saw the red. You saw that.
Yeah,
unless you watch them die, they didn't die.
Exactly.
You know what she did? She killed herself out of existence. She like, I just don't want to be here. I can come back. I'm choosing to be dead right now. Yeah, that's how powerful she is. Like, no, I'm dead. I'm not here, but I'm here. But I'm dead.
Here.
I'm still trying to see how they're gonna tie together the X-Men Quicksilver into this. I'm still trying to see why they did that.
I think they're not going to do that until Secret Wars is going to tie into so much stuff. Because
I think, like I said, we're not going to get I feel like the only one that makes sense to tie in or even introduce in this movie is Fantastic Four. Like I said, but like far as X-Men and all the other ones, I don't see them tying that in yet.
Well, I'm still on my theory that every X-Men we saw in Fox happened on 836. So the one where we saw Charles pull up, I feel like that Quicksilver from Fox, he's in that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's that whole timeline. All of that happened there.
Yeah,
and stuff. And so the variant version of him is that boner kid and stuff like that.
In matter of fact, in Captain America one, that they may touch a little bit more on it because they're more on the political side. Because again, like my running theory still is the mutants. We've been seeing mutants. It's a classification situation, and once the government gets in, the government is going to start classifying superpower vigil and mutants, and then we're going to realize like, oh shit, like that's how they're, because it'll be weird for them to say, oh yeah, now we got this new mutant gene. No, but if they do more research and they're trying to figure it out, and they're like, okay, and we want to govern these superhero powers, then they're not going to do the Sokovia Accords anymore. It's going to be something new, which is the Mutant Act, and it's like, all right, if you a mutant, we are governing you, and that's where that's going to happen. That's my running theory.
Here's another thing I got too to tie in that Quicksilver stuff. It's kind of far because I could be off on it. When did Spider-Man No Way Home happen? So that happened before Multiverse of Madness, correct?
Right before it, yeah.
So when that have happened, did that open the door to them universes to where Agatha could pull her powers to pull that Quicksilver into here and to have him talking like that? Because think about it, like all of that shit was open. And so once you had that big realm open, Doctor Strange was the one focusing on the Spider-Man ones. But again, we saw others fall through the cracks, and we don't know what energy she could have been pulling from to bring him back.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, because remember, when what people forget about in No Way Home, when he was doing that, there was all these shadowy figures that was coming at the top, that was coming towards, right? And so that could make sense, because it's like that, just because we only saw this one pocket doesn't mean other people who are inclined to magic and stuff like that wasn't like, yo, what the fuck? Oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying, and take advantage of it. So,
and what also clarifies that is Venom didn't know who Spider-Man was.
No, he didn't.
He did not.
So that actually validates that theory, because him pulling in every Spider-Man character, that was what his was focused on. But Venom didn't know who Spider-Man was until he got there and saw it on TV. So there's no way he could have been pulled from there. So I think that riff and Multiverse of Madness is how, like y'all said, is going to be like Ultron is. I don't think we're going to see how much that really played into a lot of stuff until we start seeing it in here for the MCU for Phase 5 and Phase 6.
They wasn't madness at all.
Huh?
I just love the way they're kicking off Phase 5. Like, they're kicking off Phase 5 with look. I mean, we set up a lot of new heroes in Phase 4. You know, we gave you like heroes that we didn't know, or new heroes. You know, we talking She-Hulk and Kate Bishop and Kamala Khan and all of them.
Yeah.
And now we're about to introduce to you the biggest, the baddest villain that I think television, not even just the MCU, I think that television has ever seen. I think this is going. Jonathan Majors is about to become the best villain next. He's going to be up there with Heath Ledger, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I would do 100%, because
I think he's going to be up there with Heath Ledger.
And even outside of just that, is because he has to play variants, and each variant is going to have an extreme,
different person.
Yeah, personality and everything like that. Like, Jonathan Majors is really going to flex his acting skills, and if it's pulled off correctly, as we expect it to be, he's about to cash in many awards.
Yeah, but also too, one thing that gives a lot away too is this one isn't going. This next phase isn't going to take brute strength like we saw with Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man. You got your Fish, you got Shield, you got Bullets, you got all of that. The rest of these characters we've been seeing, their big highlight points is a lot of them are very smart. A lot of them are intuitive, very creative, and that's what you're going to need to take down Kang. Because I thought about it, I was like, we ain't seen a character yet that can really go toe to toe with him. Like, it's just like Kang standing right there. Kang gonna fuck you up. But outsmarting him, putting all those brains together to get him to maybe turn on himself, I see that being
like a lot more
possible.
I was just about to say that.
They got some smart people in the MCU right now. Spider-Man is brilliant.
Yeah. We need a new
Shuri is brilliant.
Riri
Williams. Yeah.
All of them are really brilliant. So it's just
like they introduced Reed Richards. It's gonna need all the smart individuals to do so.
Oh yeah, so I can see that happening, man. So, but before we get out of here, I do just want to have one more solid question. Who's dying in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania? Who do you think out of the characters?
Easy work. Hank Pym and his wife gone. So they getting old, man.
I'm on that one. I'm on the same train. I think
Deuces is out of here.
So I originally said Scott Lang's mom. My brother, he was heavy on Ant-Man's going to die on this. And after I saw the trailer, I said, fuck. I'm leaning that Ant-Man's going to die in this one.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Scott Lang is going to die, and I think even Hope Van Dyne is going to die.
Wow.
The only reason why I don't believe that is because they keep adding her to the title now. So I'm like, all right, because he could have kept calling this Ant-Man. Like, it didn't have.
They keep saying it is saying Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, so I'm with Dion though. I feel like the two older ones are gonna die. I feel like Hank is gonna try to get away from his wife getting killed, and then Kang is just gonna be brutal about it and take her out too anyway and stuff like that. So yeah, I think those two are the ones that's not gonna make it out of this movie, and that seems like that's gonna be kind of the point of these next two phases is us to start kind of getting ready with like, yo, people are gonna die, like not like in the way they were doing it, like you're gonna watch these cats get killed.
Mm-hmm.
And really, and I mean, when I say get killed, I mean like it ain't gonna be no pretty death either.
Yeah.
Oh no, definitely
Now that we've seen Thor, now that we see Multi Madness, also we showing blood now in the MCU.
Well, I mean, no, really, Multiverse of Madness kicked it off. The way that Wanda,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you mean Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah, the way that Wanda ripped through them at that point, I'm like, yo, they about to go in.
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking forward to, man. But I know we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and so this has been a great episode of Straight Out of the Comic Book. And keep tuning in because there's a lot of stuff coming out. So we're not just gonna be talking about Marvel movies. We're gonna be talking about movies like Doom coming out, Creed 3. We're gonna really start getting into a lot of these stuff and just talking.
Creed 3, and Jonathan Majors in that shit too.
Yeah, knocking people down, man.
Just talk about the DC. Did the DCEU new? We definitely get to that. People been requesting that, so we are going to talk about Black Adam, the DCU. Is the Flash still coming out this year? It says, and why support it? Why support Flash, Aquaman, and Shazam if it ain't building towards nothing?
That's true, especially since Aquaman is Lobo now. Like, unless y'all finna show that, like,
should we wait for the end credits? That's not going to show everything.
Yo, that'd be funny. They show that shit, and at the end, it's a Captain America one. So you thought you were getting a good DCU, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of Straight Out of a Comic Book. Be sure to follow and support the cat too. You can see all of their stuff at the bottom, man. And we are gonna catch you next time.
Man, The Rock really thought he was gonna kickstart this whole DCU. He was like, hey y'all, I got some pies for y'all. I'm about to reshape.
Yo, he really did. He treated